Today, we have the latest details on the San Bernardino shooting and the victims.
Has resulted in major evacuations in Chile.
And looks like we can expect a bright and sunny Easter Sunday. Stay tuned for all of this and more on today's episode of OC News. I'm Olga Mason.
And I'm Christine Tuzon. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
In wake of the San Bernardino shooting, people have strong emotions regarding new information about the shooter being a devout Christian pastor. Reporter Bree Burries has the update.
The North Park Elementary School shooting in San Bernardino shook the community, leaving families and friends in a time of mourning and concern. There were 3 deaths. Teacher Karen Elaine Smith, who was 53 years old, and the shooter's estranged wife. Also an 8-year-old boy, Jonathan Martinez, who was Smith's student, and the shooter who ended his own life during the tragic event. The shooter, Cedric Anderson, was a pastor and has a history of domestic violence. Many people on his Facebook account are posting out of anger about his contradictory lifestyle. A 9-year-old student, Nolan Brandon, was also shot in his upper body and taken by ambulance to the Loma Linda Hospital. His condition has improved and a full recovery is expected. There is a GoFundMe campaign for Jonathan Martinez, and over $114,000 were raised thus far to help the community's families cope and support funeral expenses. Child care for the students at North Park Elementary will be available at Del Vallejo Middle School on Thursday, Friday to help the families. Classes will resume on Monday, according to the school's district officials. Back to Christine at the desk.
Within the last hour, United Airlines spokesperson Megan McCarthy has made an announcement that will hopefully get the airline company back in the good graces of frequent flyers. Passengers on Flight 3411 from Chicago to Louisville, Kentucky will be compensated in either cash, travel credit, or miles for the troubles they encountered on Sunday when security dragged out a 69-year-old passenger after he refused to give up his seat on the overbooked flight. United Airlines CEO Oscar Munoz supported his decision and reassured future passengers that an incident like this will never happen again.
Confusion about the status of the NATO treaty appears to have been resolved. Let's move to Rebecca Fausto with the details on this story and more current events happening today around the globe.
Thank you, Olga. Back in March of 2016, then candidate Trump told ABC News that the North Atlantic Treaty Organization was obsolete. But today, during a press conference with NATO, Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg, Trump said that NATO is no longer obsolete because it has revised to focus on handling the threat of terror. President Trump then reaffirmed his commitment to NATO by stating that in the following months and years, he will work closely with all of NATO's allies to resolve the disaster which is currently taking place in Syria. In other news, a volcano in Santiago, Chile has residents on high alert. Authorities have issued a yellow alert in bioregion after eruptive pulses occurred in the Nevados de Chile. Also, local authorities have restricted the area, and the Chilean National Service of Geology and Mining are closely monitoring the area. Last month, an eruption in the volcano in central Chile was followed by more than 700 minor earthquakes. Scientists will keep a close eye on the current volcanic activity in Chile. And in South Africa, thousands of residents marched in the capital Pretoria on Wednesday. Demonstrators gathered in the streets to protest against President Jacob Zuma, urging him to resign. The altercations began after he ordered a controversial cabinet switch. They are also pressuring Zuma over his handling of the country's struggling economy. This would be the second time South Africans have marched in less than a week. That is all I have for World News today. Back to Olga and Christine in the studio.
So Christine, have you had an opportunity to get out there and enjoy the weather?
Yes, and it's really beautiful outside, and you could tell it's warming up right now, but it's good here, but in the East Coast, not so much.
I know, I heard. For more about the East Coast weather and Easter Sunday, we'll go to Savannah Romero.
Yes, so Texas has been slammed with storms this week, and I actually have some footage that I'd like to show you guys. We have some footage of the flooding that is currently going on in Texas right now. As we can see, streets in the San Marcos area of Texas are completely filled with water. Roads have been shut down, causing many traffic inconveniences, and even some branches were torn off of trees. No injuries have been reported thus far. And unfortunately, Texas, as well as the rest of the middle U.S. and the upper East Coast, will be seeing more rain as we go into the weekend. This is for a map looking outwards till Sunday. Easter Sunday, we have a major storm coming in that is going to be hitting the middle of the U.S. up into the East Coast. Areas such as Texas and New York are going to be experiencing a lot of rain and severe thunderstorms in this middle area. And also over here in the Carolinas and Florida, we have a burst of warm air that is going to be moving up, causing that front and causing those storms in the middle right there. So that's what's going on for the weekend into the East Coast. Let's see what Fullerton has for the rest of the week. Today, our high is at 75 with a low at 56. Tomorrow, it gets a little bit cooler at 71, but into the weekend, we start picking up. As we look at Saturday, we'll have sunshine with sunny skies at 78 degrees. And Sunday, we're looking at 78 also, partly cloudy. Let's look at our current temperatures here in Fullerton. Today, right now, it's at 74 degrees with a low of 56. And we have a UV index of 7, so it's bright and sunny outside with a humidity at 49%. And be sure to catch that sunset, tonight at 7:21. And that'll be all for weather today. Back to the ladies at the desk.
Thanks, Savannah. When we come back, Coachella is just days away, and we have tips to help you get ready for the big weekend festival.
Also, a big ownership change is underway at the Mammoth Mountain Resorts. Stay tuned.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do.
Yeah,
But I don't know where to start.
that's why we're here. We're free, handsome,
Oh, I think we're breathtaking.
and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this. Is that Bran? Colleges love extracurricular activities.
Chess really isn't my thing.
I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together.
Go to GetSchooled.com for more info.
Mammoth Mountain Resorts in California will soon be purchased by a partnership group of the Colorado-based Aspen Skiing Company. Mammoth Mountain Resorts is a company that runs 4 of California's most popular resorts and hospitality businesses. Mammoth, June, Eastern Sierra, Bear, Snow Summit, and San Bernardino Mountains will be the locations acquired in the deal. This purchase will give Aspen Skiing Company more than 6,000 ski acres in California. The deal is also an acquisition of resorts that host more than 2 million visitors each year. No price or costs have been revealed at this time.
Hollywood has suffered yet another tragic loss. We now go to Bianca Hernandez, who has this story and more in our entertainment report.
Thanks, guys. As many of you may know, the sold-out Coachella Valley Festival is just one day away. Gates officially open up tomorrow for all campers to go out and pick their ideal spots. There's said to be nearly 100,000 people attending the event. And I'm sure everyone's probably doing their last-minute packing right now, so we decided to head out on campus and find some people to give you some tips on what to bring and offer some advice for the big weekend.
Best advice I have is to take a fan with you. One of those, like, it's really weird, but those like little like floppy fans, I don't know what they're called, but those will save your life because the heat there is insane. Stay hydrated and bring a fan. That's my advice.
Make sure you're staying at a good place, because we had to make sure there was like a shower and like a toilet, and like it was like really dusty, so make sure you bring like a face mask or something for that, and tissues. Your nose gets full of dust really bad.
A lot of water, it gets pretty hot out there. I'd get there early because traffic is pretty brutal. Take cash because you don't want to be paying with your debit card. Well, I mean, you can pay with your debit card, but cash is better.
Sure, gotta stay hydrated. Chapstick because it gets really windy, and then there's like no order, like all these are important. And then bandanas because you have to have a bandana for your chest because it gets really windy, so the dust starts kicking up.
If you're going to stay in the Coachella Valley area, I would definitely recommend getting your hotel in advance, like November or something like that, because they book like that. Like
don't worry about getting there on time because it's gonna be so hot that you're not gonna be able to do much anyways. Unless it's someone that you really want to see, then go for it. But if it's like people that you'll live without, it's for sure worth it to save your energy for later throughout the night. Because once you get there, it's so hot. And then
seeing Lorde, she's probably one of my favorite all-time faves, and hers was probably like the epitome of Coachella to me. So that was like the best memory, I guess.
Tupac hologram, by far, best like. And I was front row for that too, so it was really cool.
Memory that the past years I've gone was I was front row snails, headbanging my ass off, and that was the best time of my life.
Now, if you happen to be a Coachella Valley resident and you still haven't gotten tickets, you're still in luck. If you head to the Coachella Valley website, they give you information on where all locals can purchase their tickets for full price. Unfortunately, I'm not going this year, but I have been a past few years, so my best advice for all of you going is to hydrate. It's going to be really hot out there. Well, that's all we have here. Everyone, have fun. You're going to have such a great time. I'm so jealous. From OC News, I'm Taylor Perea. Back to you in the studio.
Hollywood has suffered yet another tragic loss. We now go to Bianca Hernandez, who has this story and more in our entertainment report.
Known as a very successful and popular stand-up comedian. According to Charlie's manager, he died from leukemia Wednesday morning in an NYC hospital. He'd been undergoing chemotherapy. Murphy was 37. Charlie famously co-starred on Chappelle's show in some of Dave's most memorable skits, including the nights Charlie partied with Rick James and Prince. Charlie also co-wrote some of Eddie Murphy's movies like Norbit and Vampire in Brooklyn. He co-starred in Are We There Yet?, The Boondocks, and Black Jesus. One day before his death, Murphy tweeted, "One to sleep on, release the past to rest as deeply as possible." Rapper Tiger was handcuffed early Wednesday morning. He was pulled over around 1:30 a.m. shortly after leaving Hollywood's Avenue nightclub for running a stop sign and having no license plates. According to LAPD Public Information Officer Liliana Persidio, Tiger, known for his real name as Michael Ray Stevenson, was driving a Mercedes G-Series with temporary tags when officers stopped him. However, due to all the paparazzi at the location, officers decided to transfer Mr. Stevenson to Hollywood Station, the LAPD said. Tiger was released after passing the sobriety test and was cited for a minor traffic violation. Fans can look forward to Fast and the Furious 8, which Universal says will have a greater emphasis on storytelling than previous stunt films hitting theaters April 14, 2017. We've written out storylines for various characters, Diesel said. We've been playing with it for a long time. It's a very rich property and we're committed to treating it with lots of class. It's no surprise that Universal is brainstorming potential extensions of the series after its most recent film, Furious 7. Shattered box office records as the 5th highest grossing film of all time. The film held a particularly special place as star Paul Walker's last appearance halfway through filming. This is Bianca Hernandez with Entertainment News.
Coming up on OC News, our local Southern California baseball team has quite a hot streak going on.
Also, Cal State Fullerton's broadcast department receives big recognition. Find out more after the break.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
French fries. Finding best potatoes.
No!
Russet. Fingerling. Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
The Lakers have caught fire as the season comes to a close, and the Masters crown a first winner. David Drain has that and much more in sports.
Thanks, Christine. Before we dive into the sports report, let's focus on our local Titan baseball team that has been on fire as of late. Matt Monet is at Goodwin Field to preview the Titans' big 3-game series that kicks off tomorrow night.
Number 8 in the nation, the Titans will travel to the Dew Field tomorrow in Los Angeles to face the University of Southern California Trojans. The unranked Trojans look to get back on the winning side as the Titans look to extend their winning streak to 7 games. The Titans return to Goodwin Field on Friday to continue the series against the Trojans. The Friday game starts at 7 p.m. and the series finale on Saturday starts at 1 p.m. I'm Matt Monet, back to you in the studio.
Hello, David Drain here, and I don't know what's going on. Nothing is going the way it's supposed to in the sporting world, at least not as I'm concerned. Let me show you what I mean. First off, we have the Masters. Sergio Garcia was the golfer you could always count on to choke in the big moments of a major. But Sunday, he was out-tanked by Justin Rose, who blew a 2-shot lead on the back 9 to Garcia and would end up losing to Sergio in a 1-hole playoff. It was Sergio's first major win and his first green jacket. So that's one thing. The second thing I can't figure out is the Lakers. The Lakers, bless their souls, were 21-55 and doing all the right things in order to secure a top 3 pick in the upcoming NBA draft. Now suddenly, and for no reason, they're on a winning streak, and the Lakers fans, like me, are furious. What are they doing? Let's see if the Lakers could get their act together Tuesday night against the Pelicans. Jordan Clarkson obviously didn't get the message as he hits a deep 3 as the shot clock expires. Luke Walton better be getting after him there. Later, Ingram would disappoint fans going to the hole and finishing to extend the Laker lead. And if things couldn't get worse, Meta World Peace starts raining threes like it's Game 7 of the 2010 NBA Finals. He probably had more points in this game than he had all season long, for crying out loud. The Lakers would win their 5th straight game and would continue to ruin their chances of a top 3 pick. If the Lakers win tonight against the Golden State Warriors, Luke Walton should be fired and be the first coach in NBA history to be fired for winning games. And if that doesn't blow you away, then look at what the Angels have done in their last 2 games. It's like they have angels, real angels, playing for their team. It started Sunday against the Mariners. The Angels were down 6 in the 9th, and Albert Pujols, the machine, would tie it up, scoring 2 on this CNI single that squeaks by the first baseman. I'm not the machine, okay? I'm just Albert. Then, Cliff Pennington, not the hero the Angels deserve, but the hero they needed, finishes off the Mariners in a once-in-a-lifetime game. Then last night happened. We'll pick it up in the 3rd. Jonathan LaCroix playing right into the Angels' hands, hitting a 3-run bomb to put the Angels up 5. But apparently that's when the Angels turn it on. This comeback would start with a home run off the bat of Jeffrey Marte, then another coming from Danny Espinoza. And then, of course, it would be the machine to send this thing into extras with a base knock to left. He's a machine. The Rangers just cannot catch a break in this game as Mike Napoli crushes the ball to center, but Mike Trout snatches it out of the air. It takes away the would-be home run. This whole thing feels a little Angels in the outfield-esque to me. And then, of course, this is how it would end. Carlos Perez, that's got to go foul, right? But it doesn't. And I can't believe it. The Rangers can't believe it. We all can't believe it. And they complete another absurd comeback. Like I said, I don't know what's going on in the world of sports right now. Quoting manager George Knox, you can call it fate, you can call it angels, you can call it whatever you want. That's all I have to say. And that's all I have to say. Back to you.
This morning, some of our advisors on OC News and Al Dia were honored during the Cal State Fullerton University Awards. The program recognizes longevity of employees and a few special awards. Our faculty advisor Beth Bingham-Georges and Titan.com technical advisors Araj Shadaram and Nathan Jeffers received the prestigious Teamwork Award for their efforts to partner with Univision. Reporter Nick Garcia is reporting live from the Univision Bureau office and has details. Nick?
That's right, Olga. Our OC News and Healthy advisors, along with 9 others, were awarded today for bringing this OC Univision Bureau to campus.
Today, 12 faculty and staff members across all colleges and departments were recognized by Univision News. Being the one and only school to have an actual Univision Bureau here on campus, Cal State Fullerton is very proud of this high achievement. The Teamwork and Collaboration Award is one of 3 awards the News Network issues. Cal State Fullerton was recognized for their cooperation in bringing the Univision Bureau here to campus.
And so it was wonderful, and it's wonderful that it's 12 people, and it was different people doing different things, from parking to here the College of Communications to accounting. I mean, it just took a lot of people.
The Univision Bureau is just one way the Latino Communications Initiative has reached its goal in bridging the gap between coursework and career for students.
I do want to clarify that that award was given for the Bureau and not by it. But all in all, the College of Communications has a lot to be proud of with this very high achievement. Reporting live, I'm Nick Garcia. Back to you at the desk.
Our Communications Department Chair, Jason Shepard, was also part of the team that was honored. That just about wraps up all we have for you today.
Don't forget to follow us on social media. You can find us at OC News CSUF. Thank you so much for joining us.
See you next time. Have a great night.